Brace yourself for the wildest ride of your life. It's the craziest book Chris Aiken has ever written, and other things I should not say. Get ready for over 500 pages of pure, unfiltered debauchery. From his military years, Chris Aiken spills the shocking stories of sex, partying, violence, and the stuff that's so wild it's probably illegal. You've heard the tales on the Classic Metal Show, but never like this. Don't wait. Get your copy now at chrisaiken.net before the censors try to shut it down.
Hey, Metal Warriors, this is DVS Donnie Van Staver from Riot 5. You're rocking out with CMS TV. Shine on, Metal Warriors.
Kicking off the show tonight here on your Classic Metal Show on this Thanksgiving weekend. We heard the Scorpions there with Don't Believe That Lying Cunt. That one going off a request to Chad Moore. And starting off the show tonight, we heard Start the Fire for Cole Robot. And here to start the funny, my good friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on there, Chris?
What is up, brother? How we doing?
Yeah, we're back on a holiday weekend. Excuse me, I got a cough. Got to get the shit out of my throat.
Yeah, got to get started. Let's go.
Yeah, I haven't talked to anybody today, so I got to clear the pipes. But anyway, here we are. We're here on the Thanksgiving weekend and kicking off the show with a couple of requests because week after week after week, the requests are getting longer and longer and longer. Now it's a challenge. People are saying, well, I didn't hear my request last week, so that means I didn't get it in soon enough. So here it is. Sunday night, I'm going to get a request in for Saturday.
Well, they only have limited time left, too. There's only, 2 or 3 shows this year left.
Yeah, and as I promised, or as I mentioned last week, I may do a special just song request show just for shits and giggles.
You might have to, just to catch up.
Yeah, I know. But I don't mind doing that. I kind of enjoy doing those type of shows. But anyway, for our American friends, I hope you all had a good holiday Thanksgiving weekend. For those of you who celebrate that traditional holiday here in the States, and for the rest of you, I don't know what you did. Maybe you just lived your normal life.
Yeah, happy Thursday to you guys.
Exactly. So anyway, what did you do, sir? Anything good? Did you go anywhere, do anything, visit with family, anything?
Just went to my mom's and spent the day with my mom. It was just me and my mom just hanging out, watching some football and having some turkey. That's it. It was very low key.
I gotcha. I did not even leave the house. I haven't been out of the house since Wednesday.
Look at you. You turned it into me.
I did not leave the house at all. I was just like, well, let me see here. I got home Wednesday and I was just like, well, I don't have any plans on Thursday. I'm not going anywhere. So I just watched movies and videos and things on Thursday. Then Thursday turned into Friday. And then I was just like, well, today is Black Friday for people who still do that kind of a thing. So I'm not going to go out of the house because people are going to be out shopping and probably all the bars and restaurants are going to be full, of shoppers.
Right.
So I thought, the hell with it. I'm not leaving the house today. And then Friday turns into Saturday. And then I was just like, well, what do I got to do today? Well, nothing really. So I guess I won't leave the house today either. So I've been in the house since I got home Wednesday evening. I haven't left anywhere, haven't gone anywhere, haven't done anything aside from just being a lazy bum.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that every once in a while.
Yeah. So I was actually kind of looking forward to doing that. So, and I did. I got caught up on my rest. In fact, I got too much rest because when you're laying around too much, then you start getting the body aches.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, you got to get out of the bed, man.
You got to shake the blood around, so to speak.
Yeah, you do. So I did that a little bit. I got up a little bit today, but I was just like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy this while it lasts. So tomorrow, I think my nephew said he wanted to swing by tomorrow. So maybe he and I will go out and have a prime rib or something, you know.
Look at that. Fun.
Yeah. So, So very uneventful, 3 or 4 days here in a row and kind of enjoying it.
Oh, that's cool. That's good. I wish I was, I wish I could just take days off. I mean, that would be nice, but no such thing in my world.
Yeah, I get you. But I did do something today, speaking of my nephew, and this is something that you'll be definitely interested in.
Okay.
There is now another documentary out there on one of your and my favorite guilty pleasures.
Okay.
Yacht Rock.
Oh, really? Another one?
Another one. It's on HBO. My nephew hit me up because this just dropped today.
Okay.
A new Yacht Rock documentary.
I will have to watch that.
Yeah. So, they basically interviewed all the same people, the Michael McDonalds of the world.
Right,
and,
sure.
Lucas
Christopher Cross.
And all the guy, Christopher Cross and the Toto guys. And,
sure.
Of course, they got some, outside input from, other musicians and producers and people who were involved in the scene, or maybe who were influenced by the scene, or maybe some rappers who actually sampled some of the music from that time and put into their rap music,
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of a thing. But I will give you one little spoiler.
Okay, sure.
One of the most what would you say the most influential band of the yacht rock genre is?
Oh, wow.
The most influential, the one who basically everyone patterned themselves after, or basically they have all the elements of yacht rock that all the other bands.
It's a group, not a guy.
It's a band. It's a group. It's a group, and some of the most key players in the yacht rock genre, i.e., Michael McDonald, was also, a touring member of this entity.
Doobies?
Nope.
Who? I don't know.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Because I was gonna say, what's his name? Wasting Away Again in Margaritaville.
No. He's
Air Supply, but I don't think Michael McDonald did anything with that.
No.
I'm trying to think of some Air Supply or Michael McDonald.
Yeah.
I don't know. Chicago, I'm guessing.
Nope. Steely Dan.
Oh, Steely Dan. Okay.
Yeah, Steely Dan. They, if you're interested in this kind of thing, they mentioned that Steely Dan is the end all be all, the fathers of yacht rock, because every yacht rock band artist that, became yacht rock or fall into that yacht rock genre, if you can even call that a genre,
right?
Basically stem from Steely Dan,
right?
Because Steely Dan had such a wide variety of musicians that played on their records that because Steely Dan in essence was never really a quote unquote band.
Yeah,
it was always Walter Becker and what's his name, the main singer.
I don't know shit about the Fagan.
Yeah, Donald Fagen. There you go.
Donald Fagen, yeah.
It was always them with a rotating cast of musicians, be it Michael McDonald, Jeff Skunk Baxter, who both played in the Doobie Brothers,
right?
The guys in Toto. It was always a revolving door of musicians.
Right.
So it all stems from Steely Dan.
You know what their other claim to fame is?
What's that?
First band ever to charge $100 a ticket for concert tickets on a
Is
tour.
that right? Yep. They're the ones who broke the $100.
They broke that cherry.
Yeah.
And then the Eagles followed right behind them. But it was Steely Dan was the first one because they were doing like some reunion tour and they had
I went to it. I thought it was at
and you paid $100 a ticket.
I probably did because they hadn't done anything in 20 years or something. They hadn't been on the road or toured or something.
Right.
This was in 94, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
94. I went to that show.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big Steely Dan. What was their biggest hit?
Like Aja, Peg.
Yeah.
You
Is that
know,
Allison's Restaurant? Is that them?
no,
Who does that?
I'm not really sure.
No,
But
I just never knew much about them.
yeah, but regardless of that, just a little spoiler. Donald Fagen is not happy about being classified as yacht rock.
I'll bet he's not.
Yet all the other musicians who participated, be it all the Toto guys, Michael McDonald, Christopher Cross,
Right.
what's the guy, the Danger Zone guy?
Kenny Loggins.
Yeah, Kenny Loggins. They all are tongue in cheek about it, being classified of that. They all kind of find it funny or kind of humorous. Or
They're probably
whatever.
thrilled that they're getting paid again.
Yeah, well, and not only that, but the only one who had a had more of a pragmatic viewpoint of that is Steve Lukather, who you had the pleasure of interviewing, and he said, "Well, I don't look at it as yacht rock. I just look at it. This is my life. This is what I've done. This is the albums I've played on. This is just what I do for a living."
Right.
So it was just more or less his way, but everybody was, like I said, kind of tongue in cheek, kind of got the ha about it, and thought it's, funny,
Sure.
little, got a sense of humor about it, except Donald Fagen.
Of
It
course.
was,
Well,
go fuck yourself.
there's got to be one that's a crab, doesn't there?
So I would watch that. It's on HBO.
All right, I will.
It is on, it's an HBO documentary.
I will check that out for sure.
So
You know me.
as soon as my nephew hit me up with that today, I said, "Well, Chris will definitely be one." He goes, "Yeah, that's what I was thinking." He said, it was just fun. So I thought, well, I'm not doing anything. I'm going to flip that bugger on and just watch it before the show.
Yeah, hell, I might be watching it during the breaks here tonight. Never know.
Yeah. So just thought there would be some TV watching there for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. There's no Browns tomorrow, so
Right.
I'm in.
So there you are. So that's about the extent of my my holiday weekend. Just
A whole lot of nothing, huh?
a whole lot of nothing.
Right.
Yeah. So just looking forward to doing the show this evening and hanging out a little bit and seeing what the fans bring to the table as well as yourself and
Sure.
see where we go.
Right on. Well, there's really not a ton here. Like I said, I mean, I've been doing a lot of work, CMS wise, building the new server. That was kind of we're switching servers to something a little better, a little faster, a few more features on it. So I spent, it's not that any of the work was hard or anything, just long. I had to.
Time consuming.
Well, I had to download everything from the old servers and then upload it to the new servers. And, it's like 2 terabytes of fucking videos.
Oh, all right.
So it's a lot of moving of video that takes hours at a time. So,
Sure.
having my computer tied up basically 12 hours a day for a week, not fun, but it's done, or it's
All
almost
right.
done. So we're testing right now, actually.
Okay. Yeah. I got the new streams running.
Yeah, and we've got the new video up and running as well. So if anybody sees something that's fucked up or hears something, me or Neely sounds like squirrels or something, let us know.
If it starts getting glitchy, let us know.
Yeah, just let us know. We expect it tonight. That's why I didn't kill the other ones yet. But give it a good test. See how it works, and once it's all working, we'll kill the old one and move forward to the new.
There you are. All right. Very good. Well, what is it? We're at the end of November. I guess it's December 1st tomorrow already, right?
Yeah, December 1st during the show.
All right. Well, 31 days till 2025.
Yeah, till your birthday, or 25 days till your birthday.
Yeah, 25 days to my birthday.
Are you
Another-
excited to throw things in the closet and never open them?
Well, people got the message years ago about, buying stuff for me, which I'm thankful for, and I'm glad. I mean, I'm at a point in my life to where just a maybe acknowledgement is enough.
Yeah.
That's about it. I don't need anything. I don't want anything. I don't want presents. I don't want accolades. I just don't need it. And so fortunately, I haven't had to throw anything in the closet recently.
Well,
not in the recent years.
Right.
So, but it's especially when it comes to the Christmas holiday or doing anything. I'm usually the one doing the giving.
Right.
So receiving is not something that I need to do anymore. I've got more than enough in life, and I just don't need any more.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I hate Christmas. It's just it plays to the people that just don't give themselves the things they want when they want them.
Right.
Which is not me. I'm if I want it, I go get it. I don't sit around thinking, well, you know what? Somebody might buy that for me at Christmas. Let me hold off.
I bought myself something recently, something that you actually could actually witness right as you're speaking, looking at me.
Okay. What?
I bought
that shirt?
No.
Oh, the new mic?
Yeah, brand new.
I don't know, what is it?
Well, it's a new Electro Voice mic, but it's just a new mic. My old mic, nothing wrong with it. It's just that I've had it for 25 years, and I figure it might need an upgrade.
Yeah.
So this is a $499 purchase. Ooh, right there.
Look at you with the expensive microphone.
Yeah, so it's a broadcast mic. It's a actual radio broadcast mic. My last one was also Electro Voice E20.
Yeah.
So that's what this is just a replacement.
Sure.
Just a new one.
Well, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So I bought that as a little early Christmas gift to myself.
You should have waited, man. I was going to get that for you.
Well, yeah, were you going to buy me a $500?
I was going to get it for you, but you ruined it already, so I'm not going to get it now.
Were you gonna buy me a brand new Electro Voice mic?
Yes. How did you know? You ruined it. You ruined my Christmas surprise.
I don't think anyone would know to get that for me, to be honest.
Of course I would. Me, Mr. Tech and Gear. I know nothing about gear.
Yeah. So I bought that. I actually bought that last week off of Amazon.
Okay.
And, had it delivered just last week, as a matter of fact. So I was doing a little Amazon shopping for my normal stuff, and that just cropped up in things you might like.
Sure.
And I'd been looking at it for a while, and kind of just like what you were saying, is like people don't get themselves what they want when they want it.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it was in my saved list for about a month or so.
Right.
You know what? I'm just going to get it. What the fuck? You know what? That's my Christmas present to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
So I don't know if you noticed any difference or not, but who knows?
No, not really. But again, I won't notice until I listen through, because when I listen through, that's when I'll get more of a sense of it. But
sure.
Because here, me and you have a weird connection here, and I don't know why, but I mean, I can hear you, but it always sounds like you're talking through a basket full of laundry or something.
A basket full of laundry?
Yeah, it always sounds like the teacher a little bit from Peanuts.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah, a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously, it's never affected anything, and I can hear you enough, but then when I hear it back, you got the, hey everybody, what's up? You got the regular voice.
Right, of course.
But through this connection, it's weird. And it doesn't play to the video, so I don't know what it is, but I think it's something to do with you have a compressor and StreamYard has compression.
That could be it.
So I think it's something, me with my audio technical brilliance that I have, that's because I think I sound clear to you. And I turned off the compression in StreamYard.
Right, I gotcha.
So I'm thinking that's probably what it is.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, your digital mic is probably plugged directly into your computer.
It is. Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, that would make sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, but whatever.
Because my audio is processed,
Yeah.
so on my end. So but when I listen to the recording here that I make,
Sounds
it
fun.
sounds perfect.
Yeah. And that's why I don't ever bitch about it, because me and you'll spend 14,000 hours dicking around with it for something that is not a problem for what everybody else hears.
Right. I would imagine if I bypassed, my rack over here and went directly to the computer, it would give you just a direct digital connection.
Yeah. And it would probably sound like shit to the fans. So
maybe, who knows?
So that's fine. It's all good.
All right. Well, I wasn't aware of the difference in sound, but it always, I listen back to the, to the recording I make, and sounds perfect.
Yeah, sounds fine.
Yeah,
so it's always good.
Very, very weird. Very weird.
Like to say hello to the 30 plus people or so that are tuning in for the first time on X. That's pretty good.
All right. So we're streaming on the X, formerly Twitter.
X.
So is this a new feature then?
I've been dabbling with it, but I hadn't really made it like a full-time thing. So
Okay.
it is definitely a full-time thing now.
All right. So is X a video thing?
Yep.
Again, it's a video platform that people are watching?
Yep. People
All
are
right.
watching on X, which is nice. That's
All right. So
hello, everybody.
We're on on our network. We're on Rumble. We're on X. We're on. Where else are we streaming the video?
Odyssey, I think. CMS network.
Right.
The two channels, the CMS 24/7, and then the Chris Aiken Presents channel, I think.
Okay.
We're in like 5 or 6 places, so that's enough. Know where we're not? Fucking YouTube.
Especially it's all free, man.
Yeah. And nobody's censoring. We're not on the censor networks.
Yeah, no censored stuff for us. So hello Xers and Rumblers and Odysseyers and CMSers and wherever else you're listening or watching from.
I'm chatting on X a little bit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because they're saying, how come the chat's not going in? And it's because it's not set up that way yet.
Okay.
Not this week. Probably next week.
So this is another channel you have to build on X.
Yeah.
Because
I don't have enough to do, right?
Right. So you basically build our own account on X and give it the features that people can use then. Mm-hmm. All right, I get you.
Look at this nonsense. Trying to get us to go to Super Chats and Chris won't budge. Yep. You're right. I will not budge. We're not doing it.
Why do you want to give your money to us so bad?
Go ahead and give it to us. ClassicMetalShow.locals.com. That's my Super Chat.
Just join the locals page if you want to throw a couple of shekels our way. Just join our locals.
You could Super Chat your ass off over there. Super Chat with everybody.
Right. If you want to, go ahead.
I am not going to ruin this show with Neely, we got a Super Chat, $4.99 from Barden. He wants to say, Sammy Hagar is a dick. What do you guys think? We're not doing it. We are not doing it.
Yeah. It's not a show about begging for money or making a living. I don't make my living doing this.
Yeah.
The people who, ask for super chats are people who try to make a living as a streamer, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Lord knows I could use it. That's what I'm saying. You want to tip it? Tip it. Go ahead. But I'm not gonna ruin the show to do fucking super chats. I'm just not. Every show I watch that does them, I hate. Every one of them. And you watch a bunch of YouTube. Doesn't it make you crazy?
I don't watch. Typically, the only YouTubers that I watch are the pre-recorded videos. I don't typically watch like live streaming stuff.
Sure.
I know our good friend Jericho does. Once in a while, I'll pop into his chat just to say hey, and that's about it. And I know Styx Hex and Hammer does a live stream now and again. He usually does that during the day when I'm not,
right, when you're at work.
Yeah. So those are the people who are trying to make a couple of dollars, at their craft, if you will.
Yeah.
They're they're self-employed, I guess. That's how they make their living.
Yeah.
So, good for them if they can make a living. I mean, like a guy, and believe it or not, we haven't talked to Jericho all year. Not even once.
Really?
We haven't had him on the show at all. We were going to have him on last year. Remember, we were going to have him on on our last show of the year, just to do a little recap.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't had him on since. He couldn't make it because he was doing family stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And typically, I invite him to come on at least once or twice a year, a couple of times. We haven't had him on all of 2024 at all.
Well, maybe the last show of the year we should have him on if he's available.
Yeah, just to bring us, do a little recap for the obviously the great President Trump take office in 2025 and that kind of a thing. But there's a guy who broke away from his normal job and took the gamble to become a streamer. And I guess it's been 4 years now, right?
Close it's been 4 years. A little bit. Mm-hmm.
So he apparently is doing okay doing that.
Yeah.
So
good on him.
Yeah. So guys who make their living being a content creator, if they want to super chat them up all day long if you want.
Yeah, exactly. and to be clear to Barden, there is a little $sign thing on the Rumble page. Feel free to throw money in there, but I'm going to tell you now, it ain't going to make me read your thing any more quickly or any more. It doesn't make me feel 1 ounce that I need to put your comment up.
Right.
But you can throw money in there all you want. I ain't going to stop you.
Yeah. And I don't typically watch any chat room during the show at all because I'm just kind of concentrating on what I'm doing here. So I'm not reading the chat or participating, during the show. I'll throw a comment in now and again, during the break, but typically I'm not looking at chat rooms during the show.
Yeah, I mean, I have them all up and running here, just probably more this week than I would for other stuff, just because I'm testing,
Right.
I am actually testing some things tonight and seeing how everything's working, and I'm liking what I'm seeing with the X, though. People are saying that it's far cleaner than Rumble or whatever.
Oh.
So
got a multi, the richest man in the world, a multi-billionaire owning that platform. So it better be the best it can be.
It better be good, goddammit.
Yeah. I mean, what good is it to be the richest man in the world and have a shitty platform?
That's right. His needs to be better. And it's better just because there's no fucking whining, crappy shitbag celebrities on it.
Yeah. They're all over at Blue Sky.
Yeah, Blue Sky, please. Or they've quit.
That's the place to be.
Yeah, it is. I know Seth immediately got a Blue Sky account. He just goes on there and trolls everybody. He's trying to get kicked off.
Well, I thought they were the tolerant ones. I thought they were the ones that were all inclusive and tolerant.
No, they supposedly are, but whatever. I saw that Rob Reiner, he quit Twitter and then he quit Blue Sky because everybody went over to Twitter to keep trolling him.
Yeah.
Or to Blue Sky.
Well, at least what I've read, I don't know this to be the case or true or whatever, but that's part of his therapy is that he had to agree to get off of all social media to recover, to regain his mental health.
I'd have no problem seeing him get off the planet personally. Just jump off, just kill yourself.
Yeah, it's very, it's just inconceivable to me that people, live and die on that hill.
I know.
It's the weirdest goddamn thing. It's just like, dude, go on with your life. Why are you stressing yourself out over, what goes on in politics or whatever? That's the least of your concerns. You're a very wealthy liberal elite,
right?
So why are you so stressed out?
Yeah, I know it's dumb. It's very dumb, but whatever.
Well, he is a former actor, so maybe it's just an act.
Well, I don't know. He played that role as an actor too. When he was Meathead, he was a flaming liberal.
He was.
So maybe he was just acting like himself.
Maybe you might be right. It doesn't seem like his dad is. His dad seems a lot more chill.
You know, his dad's what, 100?
Yeah, but he seems like he has a good sense of humor. Obviously, he does. I mean,
Sure.
he's been a funny man for 100 years.
Yeah, and look at he laughs off who his kid is, so that's good.
Exactly. Archie Bunker might have been right about him the whole time.
Oh yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. I was watching some. Speaking of Meathead and Archie Bunker, I see that people are resurrecting some old clips from All in the Family and some of the things that Archie Bunker was saying about the libs and stuff that
Right.
basically have come true today. It's like, well, maybe Archie Bunker had a point.
He did have a point. They tried to make him out like he was a fucking idiot, but he really was smarter than people think.
But it's just funny, 50 years later, all of a sudden, words from a TV show are basically, relevant today.
Yeah, I know. Well, same with the Jeffersons. Jeffersons is another one. There's a lot of good points made on that show, but not allowed to say them.
Of course not.
Not allowed to say them. You can watch them on TV, but if you say them in public, you'll get your social media canceled, man.
Yeah, well, only in certain instances.
Yeah.
Only if you're on Blue Sky or on YouTube or on
Facebook.
Yep. Yeah. But other free platforms like Rumble, thank God
right.
they exist, as well as X.
That's right. Rumble, X, Minds, Gab.
Places where people aren't afraid of words.
That's right. All those places are good.
Because we know words hurt.
They do. They're terrible. And it's funny because on those platforms, I don't even know if you know I do this, but I put together a 2-hour video of basically our commercials.
Okay.
And I run that on YouTube when we're live on the show. Like for the whole 6 hours, I run it 3 times. And it says the comment on it all the time is, well, this is too hot for this platform or that platform. So here's something you might enjoy instead. Or you could come over here if you're not afraid of the words or whatever.
Right.
I always just put it point blank that fuck you stupid cunts for watching this shit over here. Stop watching YouTube. I always do it.
Yep.
And I get about 3 emails a week. Oh, that's fucking bait and switch, you cocksucker. Yeah.
It's not. It's just as easy to log into Rumble as it is to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
In fact, once you're on Rumble, how do you know you're not on YouTube? I mean,
you
it's
don't.
it's identical. It's like, what difference does it make? Go to Rumble.
Yeah. And that's kind of my point is that you want something. Here you go. There's what's on YouTube right now. As always, this platform needs to protect you from our dangerous words live. So we offer this video as a very safe alternative. Or you can live without your overlord's protection here. And then the link to the Rumble page.
Well, there you go.
And it plays this for a little while, and then after a bit it'll play a commercial, and then it goes another 2 minutes or whatever.
Okay. No, that's pretty clever. I was not aware you did that.
Yeah, I do it every week just to fuck with these assholes.
Yeah, just come on over. I mean, if you're fans of ours, you shouldn't be upset about that.
Yeah, well, I think fans of ours know, but it's like a lot of times it'll come up of like that we're talking about, I don't know, Skid Row or something. You know, or if we have like if I know we have something, I'll put it in the keywords or whatever that we're going to talk about, because I'll still do all the keywords and SEO on this shit.
Right, sure.
You know, so it'll come up with like, you know, Motley Crue or whatever, and they'll click on it, and it's just us insulting them and telling them that they're faggots for not going to Rumble.
Well, again, if you're looking for us and you're fans of this show and what we do, I mean, it should be a no-brainer to go, well, I'll just go where I can see it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, why are you so hell-bent on seeing it on YouTube? Why?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go to another
Because it's what I know, man.
So just go to Rumble. Yeah, you know who loves Rumble now but had a tough time making the transition?
Who, Sal?
Sal.
Yeah.
At first, he was YouTuber guy, and then slowly but surely, once he found his home over there at the Rumble and found his like-minded peeps in the chat room on a Saturday night, it was just
Sure.
like, oh, Rumble's the greatest thing ever.
Right.
So it takes, it takes a little time to break a long-term habit.
Yeah.
Doesn't work on my TV.
Get a different TV. Works on mine. 2 different ones from 2 different makes. You know.
Why wouldn't it work on your TV?
Because he's got an old TV.
Okay.
Could just be the app. Could be, use Odyssey. Odyssey's over there. It's live sometimes.
Sometimes.
I don't think I made it live this week because I was dicking around with the servers and whatnot.
Right,
but
right.
It will be. It will be live on Odyssey again. I'm still trying to figure it all out. Dude, it is so crisp the way I'm doing this. Me and Corey purchased the server.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, here's your password, go. And there's no manual. There's no, here, read this, or here's how to do it, or here, it's literally me just click, 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 until I figure shit out. Oh, the video's blinking funny. What do I do? Let me click this, and let me try that until it fixes. The way I do everything, really.
Right.
Just figure it out. But
Sure. Trial and error.
yeah, it seems like it's working okay tonight. I'm super happy that everybody's enjoying it on X. That's
Okay. Well,
that
again,
makes me very happy.
Again, glad to have you aboard. Welcome aboard, folks.
Yeah. Hello. I don't know how many are on here now, but how many are on here now?
Well, new things in the works for the new year. I mean, you've been building a new platform that we're basically going to switch over to in July, right? Right,
or if not sooner, but we're gonna move. We're gonna move off of StreamYard, and we are gonna move. We are gonna move to Rumble Studio. Rumble has basically StreamYard built into it, and StreamYard, as much as we love StreamYard, decided that it's time to bend all its users over and just stick 14 inches of fucking stiff cock in their ass and just doubled the price. And that's just, I was telling you this yesterday on the phone. It's like $900 a year. Fuck you. That's crazy talk. $900 a year. For something that everywhere else is like $400. And on Rumble, it's free. And Rumble's our home. We use Rumble, so why wouldn't we just use their platform?
Sure, why not?
It might even get us more engagement or whatnot because we're using their product. So I'm all for using Rumble Studio, but there's a couple little techie things that have to be worked out. And me and you could flip over next week if we wanted to. I mean, it wouldn't be any issue. It's the other 2 shows because the one feature that Rumble Studio doesn't have that this one that StreamYard has is the green screen.
Okay.
So you have to build what's called a virtual camera. And it's not really hard, but let's be honest, Eric and Seth, neither one of those guys are going to ever be mistaken as a tech. Eric does okay. Eric can find his way around stuff, definitely more than Seth. Seth is one step away from my ex-wife in the retard center when it comes to computers. But so once we get all that worked out, and I'm building new sets, and I'm building an OBS for us because I don't want us to just be stuck to 4 or 5 screens that Rumble Studio has. I want us to have all kinds of different screens and stuff so that we can... I'm not real thrilled with... And I know this is minor, and I know this is probably way more tech talk than anybody wants to hear, but I'm not real thrilled with the way when we go to a website or a video that it works.
Okay.
I just don't like how clunky it is that we got to go to the video, then I got to blow the video up, and then it changes twice just to show a video. I know that's dumb, and I know that's probably me being a douchebag, but it is what it is. It's what I think about, and I want it built the way I want it to be built. So, and luckily I'm a tech. I'm techie enough to know how to do that, so I'm going to do that. It just takes time.
Right. Well, we're just giving you the heads up that not that you guys or gals have to do anything. It's just that we're going to be moving on to bigger and better things in the new year.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, just so you're aware, and changes do take place. Changes do come, and sometimes it'll require you to maybe do something new or change. And I know people hate change.
Like Jackal.
Exactly. I hate change. I don't like changing anything.
Yeah.
I want it to be the same all the time.
Right. Just keep in mind, Peter Thiel is on the board of Rumble. He may soon start cracking the whip on censoring. He's J.D. Vance's finance buddy. Well, if he does, then we'll move off Rumble. Simple as that. We're never going to cater to censorship. Ever. Ever, never, 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 ever. That's why we have CMS TV. If we have to go to CMS TV full time, that's what we'll do. I'll build a fucking chat room. I'll build some kind of chat room, and we will run it strictly from our website if that's what we have to do. We're never going to cater to censorship, ever. It's just not going to happen. I don't think you want it. You would never want to cater it, would you?
No, of course not.
Not even
kind of what we've kind of built our reputation on is we've pushed back on that, and if we were going to do a censored show and maybe even make a couple of dollars at it, we might as well just stay on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Could do it that way.
It's the same philosophy. It's like, if you're going to buckle to it, you might as well make a couple of dollars.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that's recent, I don't even know if I told you this or not, but Chris Aiken Presents an hour of Chris Aiken Presents is being aired each week on 103.5 in Indianapolis. I don't know, the Shark.
Oh, no, I wasn't aware of that either.
Yeah, that's
all these developments.
That's a recent development. It's only like 3 weeks old.
All right.
It's part of our guy Ray that does the Rocket Shock show.
Okay.
He invited me to do an hour. He gets 3 hours, and he invited me to do an hour of Chris Aiken Presents.
Okay.
That way. Well, needless to say, that means the way it's working is it's a half hour of me and Eric and a half hour interview, and then it's cut up and add music and blah, 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 all that kind of shit. But that first hour of the Eric show now, I'm not cussing. Wow, is that hard? I'm getting a lot of those filthy flarn filth and,
And what time of the day would this air?
I believe it's at 10 o'clock. Our hour is at 10 o'clock at night on in Indianapolis time. I believe.
Well, that's on Eastern time.
Is that Eastern?
Yeah, they're on Eastern time.
I thought that was Central.
No,
you're in Central.
I'm on Central, but I'm a little to the west of Indianapolis.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know the web address yet. Otherwise, it would be on my on our website. But it's getting worked out. We've done like 2 or 3 episodes. I haven't even heard the finished product yet of any of the 3 episodes. Ray hasn't sent me
this is a 10 o'clock in the evening on one night of the week or a couple nights of the week?
No, just one night.
Just one night of the week?
Yeah, just one night.
It's kind of like what we did for the Rocket.
Yeah, same basic thing. Same basic thing.
Enid, Oklahoma.
Yeah, but it's rock based. Like I'll have my topics about, did you see this whore with her pussy fucking gaping? Well, that's on the second half of the
right, of course.
Chris Aiken Presents.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna fly on.
No, they don't like that.
No, I don't imagine that would fly with the powers that be.
No, the program director might frown on that.
So is this like an independently owned station or something?
No, it's a syndicated thing. It's the rumor is that it's going to be syndicated on 10 stations, like in Indianapolis and Florida and Alabama, and it's like a thing.
Okay.
So I don't know. Again, we're still working it all out. I've heard when I've talked to Ray, he gives me all there's 10 stations and there's this and there's that, and you know me, I'm like, let me see how it goes on one. Once it's on one, then we can talk about 2. Then we can talk about 3. So we're working it out.
Well, a show that should be on commercial radio again is Metal Shop.
Well, it's on some stations.
Is he?
Yeah, he's got I think we're on 5 or 6 now.
Okay.
We're on a few. We're definitely on a few. I know that's one of them. The Shark. I know we're on that station.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know which stations. You could look it up. It's at ckmetalshop.com. I should know, but I don't.
All right.
I just do the interviews, man.
Wasn't Charlie Kendall in that Metal Shop? Wasn't that like a thing years ago? I mean,
We're going to talk exactly about that tonight. That's coming up. I will tell you now. Probably segment 2 is going to be yet another hour of Punch Eddie Trunk in his cyber face. Because yet again, he said something very fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, our fans have been on top of sending in some Eddie Trunk stuff.
Yeah, I have all of it.
Yeah. So
the Barden stuff and
they've been sending things in, I guess he had some kind of a meltdown or something.
Well, you could send me that. I don't know if
right.
I have that. I have the Barden stuff, and I have the him once again chewing, talking about Charlie like he's just some irrelevant dude that just happened to be a newsreader or something. He's a cunt. Eddie is such a cunt.
Okay.
And by the way, hello, Jim Florentine. Nice to see that you're watching still.
Well, again, I think Jim Florentine is well aware of the criticism that Eddie brings on himself.
Oh, he is.
So, yeah. So I'm sure that I'm sure he's well aware.
Yeah, and if he's not, he listens to us, so he'll be made aware.
He knows.
Yeah, I know.
Jim,
heard the interview.
Jim's a smart, funny guy. He knows. He
exactly.
knows.
We can answer this too. We did have contact with Anthony. He is going to do the show. He has family this weekend. He has something the next weekend, so maybe the weekend after. We're getting it done. Bottom line, I'm not gonna base all the graphics and the write-up and everything around it this time, but we are still in direct contact and it will get done.
Yeah, he's got family this weekend. He's out of town next weekend, and the following weekend is kind of the plan.
Yeah, maybe.
And
but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And then basically last weekend was just miscommunication.
Mm-hmm.
So that's unfortunately those things happen, which is why we rarely have live guests.
And even more rarely do we promote live guests.
because I can't tell you how many times over the decades that we've had people scheduled to be on the show,
mm-hmm.
and it just doesn't materialize. As people forget, they get their schedules mixed up. They have technical issues, just all kinds of things happen, and the whole lot, which is why Chris, for the most part, when he does all these interviews that he does, it's all pre-scheduled, pre-recorded, right. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and you're none the wiser.
Yeah, and believe me, there's still I have a little better reputation, I guess, than I used to, but it's still at probably about 65, 70%.
Yeah.
It's not like it's 95%. I definitely have certain publicists that I try to work with more because if they schedule, it hammers. Like every single time, it hammers. So I definitely lean toward those publicists a little bit more that are good with the schedule. But, I don't know what it is. Musicians are just not wired to, follow an alert on their Google Calendar or whatever. It just doesn't work for them.
Yep. And I don't know what, I can't, you just don't know what goes through the minds of some of these celebrity types that have to do interviews or are scheduled to do interviews. Mm-hmm. Because at least in my experience being around some of them who are scheduled to do interviews, they come into it with a lot of great reluctance.
Well, they don't want to do it because they're used to fucking shitty interviews.
Yeah. And so they're just like, and that's why once in a while, it's been a long time since I've been part of doing any interviews, but I used to do a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they would get in. Chris and I used to tag team some of these interviews, and more often than not, we heard from some of these people like, this has been a really fun interview.
Mm-hmm.
But they come into it with a lot of trepidation because they don't know who they're going to talk to.
Right.
And they're going, is this guy going to ask me, so what's it like being on the road?
Yeah, you're in Skid Row. How's that been?
Yeah. Well, so what's it like recording and with whoever?
Right.
What's that like? I don't know.
It's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's like, what are you supposed to say about that?
Right.
I mean, if you notice the way that especially Chris formulates his questions when he's doing an interview, it says, talk a little bit about working with Joe Blow, or tell us a little bit about how this project came about, or that kind of a stay, instead of, hey, what's it like working with Joe Satriani? What's that like?
We got to put the emphasis on them to tell the story.
Yeah, instead of how did you come about working with Joe Satriani?
And what's it like is just, what are they going to say? It sucks? What's it like working with Mayor Applebaum? Oh, it's fucking terrible. I hated working with that guy. Yeah. That's never the answer. The answer is always, it's great. He's great. Wonderful.
He's great. Good guy. Like him.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Well, what does he bring to the table? I don't know. Producing?
Yeah, he's a producer, right?
And that's what these guys are up against when they do these interviews, and so they schedule 2, 3, 4 in a row, and they're just like, if another guy asks me what's it like working with so and so or whatever, I'm going to shoot myself.
And then the other thing that these guys always appreciate, and I hear it damn near every interview I do with a legacy artist, is they appreciate that I don't ask them questions from 35 fucking years ago.
It's like, if you want to know that, go to the interwebs and go look it up yourself.
Don, do you think you'll get back with George Lynch? Yeah, it's they don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, it's like that's trodden ground. Mm-hmm. Go look that up. So what happened between you and George?
Do you think Sebastian's coming back to Skid Row now that there's an opening? Stop.
So, Jeff, are you going to get back with the guys in Queensryche?
Exactly. I saw one, I think it was last week with Pilsen, about doing, I think we covered it, about doing a Dokken reunion.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. First of all, the guy is on tour doing another farewell tour for another band. Why are you asking him about Dokken?
Yeah.
Dumb.
That's what we know him for. Oh, you were in Foreigner? What's that like?
Yeah.
So what's that like?
And some of these guys are so fucking dumb, it wouldn't shock me at all if they're asking them questions about, who was with you guys when you wrote Jukebox Hero? It would not shock me at all if they get a question like they were there when, what was the scene like on the video for I Want to Know What Love Is? And asking Pilsen this.
Yeah, right.
Pilsen came in like 20 years after that song or whatever.
Well, that's just obviously, since everybody has an internet connection now and everybody has a fanzine type website, they somehow weasel their way into a Publicist list and get on a list to interview artists. I mean, and God bless them. We all had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I remember when I got into radio back in 96 and I started this show, and I was working with Publicists trying to get artist interviews, and there was a ton of questions you had to go through.
Oh yeah.
To get approved to talk to an artist. And then once you got approved, it wasn't even guaranteed you get the interview.
Yeah.
And then they'd call you out of the blue. Well, so-and-so's ready to interview in 10 minutes. Are you ready to go?
That's right.
I'm at work.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got an interview schedule, so if you can take it in 10 minutes, we can get you set up with Brett Michaels.
Right. Now it's just here. Here's a schedule. There's 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. There's 8 slots open. Pick one. Pick one and we'll tell you if you're approved or not. That's all it is. There's no questions about. Now, admittedly, I've been doing this a long time. Maybe they do still ask questions, but they don't ask me because I've been doing it forever. But
yeah. And then when internet radio, came on board back in the early part of the 2000s,
yeah.
It was just like, so are you on terrestrial radio or are you internet? Well, I'm internet. Oh, forget it.
Oh, okay. Well, if we have any openings, we might squeeze you in.
Internet radio, that's nowhere.
Yeah.
That ain't going anywhere. We're not subjecting our artists to internet radio.
Yeah, exactly. What's next? A tape recorder?
That's bottom of the barrel stuff.
It was.
Man. But
Well, it kind of was, really. I mean, dude, you remember the original radio shows that we used to be our contemporaries.
Yeah.
There were some shows.
It was some pretty bad stuff, but
Wicked Brew and
oh yeah.
What was the one? Something in Chowda?
It was Smoke and Chowda.
Smoke and Chowda show.
Yeah.
And what was the one with not Pure Rock, with the guy we used to always, it was where the Rev was.
Oh, over at United Rock United Rock at United Nation.
Yeah, and then we had that one Rock Nation.
Yeah, Rock Nation.
And they had that one guy that would tell us stuff, and then we would goof on it on the show, and then he would run back to the Rev. And tell us we were
yeah. I remember.
Like he was going to get us in trouble, man.
Right, of course. But yeah, so early on, I did this show. I started this show on a terrestrial FM radio station for 7 years. And it took me a while to finally get my foot in the door to be able to nail down some interviews. And, the earliest interviews I had was obviously Dawkins.
L.A. Guns.
Oh yeah, LA Guns, of course. Yeah, I got to be pretty tight with those guys, and Jesse James Dupree at Jackal, and I got to be in pretty tight with Blackie Lawless there.
Sure.
Every Blackie was on a tear, releasing new albums like every year for early part of the 2000s into the mid 2000s, and he took my call every time. So that was very cool. So that was another one that was a big get for me at that time.
Sure.
But
big get now.
It is. I agree. But back then when we moved strictly to internet, that was kind of tough because the publicists are just like, well, if you're not on FM or terrestrial radio, forget it.
Well, and it didn't help either that we went from 5,000 listeners or whatever on STB to like 13.
Yeah.
At first, those first couple of months were pretty slim pickings.
Well, the thing is, I didn't give up the ship though. I didn't give it up. So I was going to forge forward, and both you and I knew that this was going to be the future. That this was the future of broadcast. The whole video thing didn't become a thing until about a decade ago, right? 10 years
Probably
ago.
less, yeah. Probably less.
And it wasn't always that great. One of the first people who, you and I both look up to, and one of the guys who helped launch success of Joe Rogan is Anthony Cumia. Doing it right out of his basement, compound, out of the compound, live in the compound.
Right.
And he was just doing it as a goof.
He was doing it because he was saying all the things he couldn't say on Sirius.
Yeah, just saying fun, just firing up his cameras and, experimenting with the whole green screen because he would have a whole studio in the background and, working with different audio arrangements and different video arrangements and, working it out.
Right.
And when Rogan saw this and he goes, this guy's just doing this out of his basement.
Yep.
He goes, I could do this. And now look at Rogan as the biggest
guy in the world. Yeah. Now the other side is trying to tear him down. He's so big.
It's just so funny how you go from being hailed and worshipped like an Elon Musk or a Joe Rogan, and now all of a sudden these guys are the bad guys of the world.
Yeah, they were hailed, now they're killed.
Yeah, they are. Elon Musk. Ugh, we got to do away with him.
I'm selling my Tesla immediately.
And Joe Rogan. Ugh.
I'm unsubscribing from Spotify.
Yeah.
I'll show him.
Yeah. But prior to that, love the guy. Same way with Trump.
Yeah, Trump too.
Trump used to be the most worshiped guy out there.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wanted to be like Donald Trump. People put him in music and, you know, I live in my life like Donald Trump, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But the minute he ran for president as a Republican, fuck that guy.
Dick.
Yeah, what an asshole. Racist, misogynistic. Just he's an asshole. What a terrible person.
Yep. Everything that's wrong with us is Donald Trump.
Yeah, but you know, just prior to that, we loved the guy. But now he's a dick. We hate him. We hate Joe Rogan.
That's right.
We hate Elon Musk. We hate those guys.
It is amazing to see.
All right. Well, I think we're warmed up. What do you think?
Yeah. As warm as we're going to get. It's fucking cold over here.
Well, I mean,
got the
warmed
heater
up
literally 3 inches from me at 95 degrees, and I'm still sitting here freezing.
I'm gonna have to invest and get you a heater.
I have a heater. I have it right here.
It's probably not is it a good one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It heats other rooms in the house completely. It's this room is just
Yeah, you're in a sunroom over there.
yeah, I think it's insulated with tissues.
It is.
It's just there's no insulation at all in this room. It's fucking cold.
I get you. You got to turn that heater on 2 hours before the show.
I did. I literally did today. I turned it on an hour before. It's just cold.
Yeah, I get you.
It's like 19 degrees or something.
Oh, I
here.
know.
It's fucking cold.
17 here. So
Yeah, it's fucking
get
cold.
that. All right. Well, we've chatted your ear off for over an hour already.
Yes,
so
sir.
For those of you who tune in to listen to us blather, I think you got plenty of blather.
Yeah, you got more to your share.
First hour, and there's more blathering to come.
That's right.
But as I said, the fans have been very, very diligent about sending in their requests this week. I have a shit ton of requests to get to. So
All right.
I'm not even going to solicit any. For those of you who want to get a request in, you already know how to do that. Request at theclassicmetalshow.com. You can email that.
Email it for next week now.
But I got tons of requests to get to. So I appreciate everybody who looks forward to the music breaks and is supplying me with all the requests in the world. So since we're taking requests, I'll let Chris take his request. So what should we play, Chris, to take us out of this segment?
Let's go with Dangerous Toys, Angel and You from Hellacious Acres. I was listening to that Hellacious Acres today. What a good record that everybody's shit on. Nobody liked that record. Everybody liked the first one and didn't like that one near as much. I think it's the better record.
And you didn't like Pissed?
I liked Piss too. That was good. I even liked the artist formerly known as Dangerous Toys.
Yeah.
I like all. Jason McMaster's just good.
Yeah,
he's like John Bush to me.
Yeah, he's
Everything he does.
He's Pastor McMaster.
He is.
What was the name of the tune?
Angel in You, or Angel N You, I think.
Yep.
Like the
Angel
N Drive.
and You.
Like the N Drive.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, we're going to play a few tunes. We'll come back. We'll do some more stuff. So get ready for some Eddie Trunk bashing.
Yes, it's coming next.
All right. So here it is. It's Dangerous Toys exclusively here.
On your class.
The only real promotional item that Metal Shop ever had was a black t-shirt. Well, we're going back to the good old days. Great shirt, low price, only available at CKMetalShop.com.